Good morning, guys and gals. This is going to be the second day, but still part of Yule 25 Extravaganza number 1. You saw a bit of the road footage from yesterday. Yesterday was my late wife's birthday. She would have been 69. It was a very difficult day yesterday, and I had a lot of struggle this morning with the bed. The bed is an endless source of struggle for me, and I'm hoping Scott can fix it. I'm going to see him tomorrow. So I'm on my way to Lake Pleasant. I have the same spot as last time, spot 19. I'm going to stop at Walmart to pick up a little bit of something to eat. Because once I get everything set up today, I'm not going to want to leave until Scott fixes enough. At least the bed, hopefully. So we'll see some road footage, I guess, and we'll see what's next. Staying at the KOA here in Seligman, it was only $45 or $46. I thought it was fine. Everything worked. And you know I love this desert scenery. Somehow, my dash cam went to 4K and 1 minute files. And I'm not quite sure what happened, but a bunch of yesterday's footage the 15th of footage got overridden. So you're not going to see a whole hell of a lot of it, but I'm pulling out now, and here you go. We'll see what's next. I'm in Ash Fork right here on Interstate 40, US 66, the Mother Road, and I'm gonna fuel up here. I'm gonna top off, and I wanted a little something to eat, and I swear to God, I wanted coffee, and the creamer and the sweetener are not in the individual packets, but they're in kind of a dispenser. I figured out the cream, but I really had to ask for help for the sweetener, and now that I know what to look for, it's actually easier than opening up individual little packets and little containers of the creamer. So I couldn't find a microwave to heat up to nuke the hot dog buns, which make them a little softer. It was a pretty big struggle here, but I managed. This is a really nice place, and the people here are impeccably nice, and they helped an old man. Now I'm going to skip a whole shitload of the road footage, a lot of it you've seen before, and stopping at Walmart. I got enough groceries for a few days. I have a little bit more food left. Charlie's coming out today, and we're going to make some decisions. But here I am at Lake Pleasant, checking in at the gate. The people here are very, very nice, and I love staying here. Hey there, guys and gals, and hello, my friends. This is your host, Joe, Life with Yosef, and I've been pretty quiet since I left. I haven't even posted anything. I left on Monday. You saw some of the earlier stuff. I am at Lake Pleasant, which is I'm on the Maricopa County campground side. There's a private one across on the other side of the lake, but I'm at the county park. I'm at spot 19 just like last year. I like this spot and I like it here. Here's our view. It's probably after 4 o'clock. I got in the shower and got clean clothes on, and I'm gonna meet my brother Charlie at In-N-Out at about 6. Look at this view. God, what a beautiful place. It's about 72 degrees right now, you know. You can't come here in the summer, but by God, in the winter, it's just stunning. This morning when I got up to let Dude out, there was a coyote right in front of my spot. Hold on. Right here in front of in my spot, kind of wandering through. And then one of the neighbors was walking her 2 pups. I talked to her yesterday, and she said that she saw 5 coyotes and didn't walk her dogs that way. So I held on to Dude until the coyote left, because that's all I need is my dog thinking he's gonna take on a coyote. Sorry, little buddy, that's just not going to happen. Oh, here he is right here, though. Hold on. Look at him. Oh, look at my pup. Look at that tail wag. He's really having a good time here. I let him out on the tether, and sometimes he wants to come right back in, and sometimes he wants me to be out here, and that's not always, I'm not always well enough, but by God, he's right here. I love my little dog. Freya, show him favor on the hunt, through our fields so soft and green, now and in the afterlife. Yesterday, my RV guy Scott from Hooked Up Mobile RV met me here. We had it scheduled, and he was here about 3.5 hours. I thought it was going to cost me over $1,000, and I was expecting a $1,500 bill, and it was about $670. So we're going to talk about this. He serviced my generator, which I put about 60 hours on since I picked it up, and he changed the oil and he changed the air cleaner. Now, I didn't know this, and this is my first propane-powered onboard generator, but there's no fuel filter in a propane-powered generator in an RV. So I learned that today, or yesterday. Now, the air cleaner was pretty dirty, but he's got one. He's got everything. It's an Onan. It's not like there's a whole 83 million, different air filters. There's probably one or two. So he got that taken care of. He also climbed up on my roof and sealed the front cap like I talked about earlier. So you're going to see the ceiling right here. He inspected the roof. I heard him on the phone, and he was talking to somebody about the an awning, and he said, "Oh no, your awning's fine because I inspected it when you picked it up." So I don't really use the awning, but it's a power awning, and bluntly, I probably should. I don't need it right here. I'm in the shade. If you park on the right side, if you're able to, like I am now in the setting sun, hell, the coach blocks the sun, and I'm sitting in the shade. So there you go. I can't sit in the sun too much anymore. A lot of this shit sucks, but every day that I wake up, I'm thinking, God, I'm on the right side of the dirt. Scott addressed the bed, and I had explained this earlier on film, not this film, but the folding part of the bed had separated from the stationary part of the bed frame because I'm a fat ass and I broke everything. So he had some parts in the truck, and he went ahead and secured it. He said it's probably not as secure as when it was built, and I've got jack stands and stuff to assist with holding it up. Now I've got a couple of others. I've got stuff on order that's at Charlie's that he's going to bring me out today to address some of this. But he has set it up, and I'm going to order a couple more straps. He showed me where to do it, and I think I've got the bed managed where it's not such a goddamn catastrophe every time I want to bring in the slide and travel. Well, I'm really happy about that. We're going to try it here in a little while when I leave to go eat. So we'll see, but I have confidence. Scott also took a look at the electric drain valve mechanism, and it turns out it looks like it was PEBCAC, Joe operator error, or Joe being a fucking maroon, because it looks like that there's a gray and a black now, and on top of the control box for each one is a toggle switch, and you have to hold the switch, and I don't know why. It takes a second to activate. And when I was in Bakersfield on the initial and the only excursion so far, I didn't have a problem. But every other time after that, I lost my way and I couldn't get anything to drain except at the fairgrounds, where I got some of it to drain, and then it was a struggle. So I haven't, he did the toggle and a little bit of the gray water came out. So I got that taken care of. So it looks like my electric drain valve mechanism was fine, and the failure was the person in the middle of your shot right here. Way to go, dude. You're just a stallion. Now I have a 13 or 13.5 thousand BTU air conditioner. And I thought if I closed all of the vents except for the two in the bedroom, that I'd get more air, and that is not accurate. He said there's an air dump on the actual piece in the middle of the coach, and he says if you open the dump, all the air gets forced right down. And if you close some of the vents like I did, it's just back pressures, and it really doesn't flow into the bedroom where the two open vents are. Now, I didn't know this, and I asked, and okay, Joe, now you know. So, bluntly, I don't want to camp over 100 degrees anymore. That 106 in Barstow, I didn't really have a choice, I guess, but Jesus, it was a nightmare. So, I'm trying to avoid over 100 degrees. About 100 degrees, it's 20 or 25 degrees less that the air conditioner will make the inside temperature to. So I could probably tolerate 80. But when I'm thinking about next year's travel, it's definitely not going to be 106. I did this twice. It was too hot in Red Bluff when I had the trailer that's now Fort OG that Charlie and Sis have, but I'm not doing this again. Charlie works a half day tomorrow, so he's going to hook up the fort, and he's going to come out. He's got air suspension on his back now to make it more level when he tows. And I think he's got the spot right next to me. So he's going to come out, and he's going to pick me up, and then we're going to go down to the dump, the sewage dump, because we don't have individual sewage here. That's why it's only $32 a night, and it's free to dump. So with me now, with using Jolene as my only travel vehicle, anytime I'm going out, I don't have to just hook up to go dump. If I'm going somewhere and I'm sightseeing or something, I can dump. So he's going to come out for a couple of days. My godchildren are going to be at the house for Yule. So I'm going to see my godson. I'm going to see my goddaughter. My godson is in pre-med, at U of A in Tempe. No, in Tucson, sorry. And then my goddaughter is active duty in the Marine Corps. So she's stationed in Southern California. So I'm going to have a good Yule. The Dish's birthday was on Monday, and I think I mentioned this. It's been a really hard a couple of days. The grief can be all of a sudden overwhelming. And you see me on film, you think, dude, you don't look healthy. You're not falling apart. But let me assure each and every one of you that there ain't a single bit of this that is goddamn easy. Some days I feel pretty good. Some days I'm at peace, and some days it is an absolute tornado of nonsense, health and grief. So I think that's going to be about it. I can't think of anything else I wanted to talk about. Jolene's in pretty much travel shape. I need to find somebody to give it a once over. Allegedly, the dealership did, so I'm going to have to peek my head in there and have a look. There is a Ford dealer in Bullhead City, but I want to find somebody. You know, when we had the Winnebago, I found a guy in San Antonio that was kind of a heavy truck repair shop, independent, and they worked on motorhomes, even Class C's like what I had. So I need to find you know who will work on this? A Ford heavy truck sales place. And when I worked at the alarm company, there was one, I think it was on Adeline in Oakland, way down by the end of Adeline, the end towards the bay, and not up towards Berkeley. And when I went in there for calls, it was a key call. They had fire trucks and stuff in there. They were a no bullshit operation. So that's going to be my goal, is to find somebody that can give this a little look through. I did take the Winnebago to the Ford dealer in Rio Vista a couple times, and I may call them just in case. You never know, but I just need it looked at. I have some of the maintenance records, and I need my oil changed in about 3,000 miles, and the fuel filter needs to be changed. And then I need my water separator drained at least. And then I'll have them inspect the serpentine belt, the radiator hoses, and give me an idea of what the maintenance schedule should be. I'll find somebody. But we're going to close Yule 25 Extravaganza #1. It's been a couple days, so I'm going to have it all together. This is, as always, your host, Joe, Life with Joseph. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Enjoy your day. Peace be with you. May Freya show you favor on the hunt through our fields so soft and green, now and in the afterlife. God, I'm losing track. I'm losing track of the close. So, hell, we'll see you for the next one.